I'm Brandon, and this is the Banzai Rewind.
Don't want to burn the orange.
How's it going, guys? I'm Brandon Beauchesne, and this is the Banzai Rewind Episode 1. On this show, we're going to give you kind of an inside look on what exactly goes on here in the world of bonsai. We're going to be doing contests and giveaways, sharing all sorts of industry news. We're also going to show you some behind-the-scenes stuff on when we're creating new flavors and when they get released. I'm super excited about all the fun stuff we're doing. I got my boy Idris here. Are you super excited?
You know, to be honest with you,
100%.
is I probably haven't been this excited since I was a boy and I first saw the trailer for Time Cop.
With Van Damme?
With Van Damme.
Okay, that's pretty excited. Let's get right into it. We're talking Vegas.
Talking the big fight weekend.
We're talking Mayweather.
Talking Pacquiao.
We're talking Manny.
Talking Floyd.
All right.
Jr.
We're talking Vape Summit, people. This is going to be the biggest vape event of the entire year. At least that's what they're saying. Talking 350,000 square feet of over 500 vendors coming together under one roof to show all sorts of new products in the vape industry. I'm here with everybody's favorite vape princess, Madi Wilson. Madi, you are going to Vape Summit. Tell us what to expect. Where is it at? What are we going to see?
We are going to see Banzai, of course. It's going to be at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Open to the public Friday from 5 to 10 and then Saturday from 10 to 6.
Cool. So what are you most excited to see at Vape Summit?
Well, I definitely want to check out Aspire, of course. You Vapor, you guys are awesome over there. Chicks with Wicks, I love you, Dawn, I love you, Jennifer. And Hexome, can't wait to get my hands on a new box mod.
Where's Banzai going to be at during this?
We're going to be right next to the main stage, so you can't miss us. You better come check us out because we got some good stuff coming for you.
And does it cost for people to get in?
Oh, that's a good question.
There is a cost for people to get in, but make sure you check out Vape Summit app. You can get it on your iPhone or on Android App Store, and it's free, so check it out. There's all the details right there, and also you can find the floor map on there as well.
Right, and Maddie's also going to be hijacking the Banzai Instagram and Twitter feed, so go get a picture with her, throw it up on Instagram. We'll have all sorts of stuff to give away there. Next up, we're going to be going over to Addie's corner to find out what Addie's favorite flav is. Addie's fave flav.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to Addie's Fave Flav. Each episode I'll be spotlighting one of my favorite flavors. My all-time favorite bonsai flavor is Milk Plus. It's an 80-20 high VG. It's caramel, it's milk, it's amazing. It's kind of like when you clean out your attic at your parents' house and you find old stuff you forgot about. Like, oh, here's a box of milk. You go deeper. What's that? Oh, it's a box of caramel. You're carrying them out. Oh, you slip and they mix together in your mouth and it's delicious. No, you know what it's like? It's more like the Prohibition era, you know, when you had to sneak it. You had to make it in your bathtub. You know, you could run outside and get a quick vape before the popo found you, you know? It's like a cow met a man of caramel and they did the dance. It's like running wild in the woods, getting showered with milk and caramel for the first time. The way it mixes in your mouth, it's like just a bad washer that's on its last leg, but it's still mixing the juice in your belly, your lungs, and your hair. Your whole body's experiencing flavor for the first time. You want this to be your all-year vape, your all-month vape, your all-week vape. You want to taste this flavor for the rest of your life. That's how good Milk Plus is. Just the inner taste of religion. It's what it would taste like. It's just like, it's spirituality, individuality, it's the core of my essence, and it's called Milk Plus. It's kind of like that. It's what it makes me think of. So that's a thing we did. Speaking of flavor, we actually have a new flavor coming out in June. It's called VHS. And you can see by the artwork behind me, this is actually the label for it. It's kind of got a cool 80s feel to it, which I really dig.
I'm not going to go too far into what the actual flavor is itself. I can tell you it's going to be candy based, but that's all I'm going to say for right now. At the end of the episode, I will tell you how you can actually win a bottle of this stuff before it gets released, so stay tuned for that. Next up is a piece I shot earlier this week with Marc Jarrett talking about his role in the Pink Lung Brigade. All right, so I'm here with Marc Jarrett, partner of mine, co-founder of Banzai Vapors. We've been together for how long now?
3 years.
3 years. So yeah, dude, this thing is kind of moving in full force with us. Marc's actually kind of also taken on another huge role in the vaping community. He co-founded the Pink Lung Brigade, which is a grassroots organization here in Washington State to fight for our right to vape. So Marc, tell me, how did pinklungbrigade.org, how did that all come about? What inspired you to jump in head first when you knew nothing about, advocacy and all that?
Right.
Where'd that start?
So last year, as you know, because you were with us
Yep.
on the Capitol Hill steps and fighting the good fight,
Yep.
they tried to impose a 95% tax against the vape community, the retail shops.
Right.
Originally, it was just on wholesalers, and then we defeated that bill
Yep.
with very little organization, right? Nothing really coming together to kind of mobilize us. And so we realized that they were going to come back again next year, which is, of course, the fight we're fighting now.
Right.
And we had to mobilize.
Yeah.
So we created an organization called the Anti-Smoking Alliance and grassroots arm of that called the Pink Lung Brigade, and kind of made a hub for everybody to kind of get their information here in the state. Calls to action, calls to activism,
Right.
show up here, show up there, call your legislator, the whole nine.
Now, if I don't have a Pink Lung Brigade or any sort of advocacy or, a huge lack of organization in my community where I live, luckily am I to live in Washington where we do have this group here. If there's nothing like that going on where I live, how can I get involved and to fight the good fight?
I know, it's difficult. Where do you start, right? So the best thing I could say is you want to pay attention to what's happening on the national scene, right? So
Okay.
you want to pay attention to CASA, you want to pay attention to Vaping Militia, you want to check out Grim Green's page,
Yep.
Nick,
Yep.
and make sure that you are getting your updates on what other people are doing in other states, to be advocates, to be active, to spread the word, spread education and awareness. And really, if you don't have a central hub or a singular place to get your information in your state that's state specific, so for what's going on in your legislative
Right.
state or district, create one.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
nothing to it but to do it.
Right.
It's not hard to start a Facebook group and start putting those articles on there and then getting people to join. And then once you create a central hub of information, people will add to it. And, it doesn't have to be just you, it's about community.
Right.
Right?
Just to kind of show people an example of what can happen in their community, tell us what's happening in Washington State right now. What are we fighting against right now that very well could come to your state?
So, in Washington State, there are probably about 7 bills that are being tracked right now by the Pink Lung Brigade lobbyists, by us, by
Yep.
the grassroots, and by the community.
Yep.
And the most prominent bills that are actually getting traction in the House right now are HB 1645, which bans internet sales, which is
Huge.
detrimental
Yeah.
to a lot of manufacturers and shops in the state. And then HB 2211, which imposes a 60% tax on all vape products, right? So even your lanyards and
All
your vape bands, all of that will receive
Just
like a 60%
skyrocket.
tax. So it's
Yeah,
outrageous.
It's insane. So, Marc, I look forward to, I'm going to, get you back here. I want more updates from you,
Yeah.
whenever you have them. And I appreciate you taking some time with us today, man. Good
Appreciate
looking
you,
out,
brother.
and thanks for
Love
fighting a
you.
good fight. Love
Absolutely.
you too, bro. So after the interview, I talked to Marc a little bit more, and I just had to tell the guy that I definitely did not envy, what he's having to go through right now with just orchestrating and all the, politics. However, I do want to stress that it's really important that you do whatever it takes to get involved to make sure that this is something that's here to stay. All right, but enough serious stuff. Let's talk about this contest. I'm going to tell you how you can win 120 milliliters of the new flavor VHS from BanzaiVapors.com before it's even released. All you have to do is be a U.S. resident, 18 years or older, and post a link down below to a music video from the 80s. Or you could even just comment. Either way, we'll read the results in the next video, and who knows, you might get lucky. That's it for now, guys. Signing off, this is Brandon Beauchesne from BanzaiVapors.com. Long live flavor.